Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway, York, Simpson, Underwood, and today I'm going to tour Northeast Raleigh. We'll visit Oak Forest, Brentwood Estates, Hedingham, as well as a new townhome development off Perry Creek. So come on, let's take a ride and let's go see Northeast Raleigh. We'll start our tour off this morning in Brentwood, and this neighborhood is the most convenient location to access downtown, North Hills, Crabtree, or Cameron Village on the tour today. This is an area I find to be particularly interesting, and I suppose the reason is primarily because the median price in Brentwood for the last 12 months was $234,000, with 1,050 homes in the neighborhood and 77% are owner occupied. Turnover in the neighborhood is consistent at 5.35%, and there have been 43 sales in the last 12 months and 85 over the last 24 months. You won't find any new construction homes in this area just yet, but the lots are pretty nice at just under a third of an acre on average, with consistent topography, good lot dimensions, and R6 zoning. So what R6 zoning means essentially is you can have 6 homes per acre on average. So I think this neighborhood has the attributes builders look for when they buy homes to demo and then recombine the lots to build 3 new construction homes where 2 previously stood. But this likely won't happen in the next few years. I do, however, imagine as construction continues with North Hills East and the property behind Duke Raleigh Hospital is developed in conjunction with the city's long-term plan to ease the traffic congestion getting on and off the Beltline at Wake Forest Road intersection, which may create an opportunity to redevelop this neighborhood. But I think it's really only a matter of time as long as the zoning stays at a minimum R6. Also, keep in mind, you have a lot of nice sized lots on average here that are just under a third of an acre. And of course, this location is super convenient to really everything in and out of Raleigh. And at a median price of $234,000, it's affordable housing that could be purchased for rental income or to live in. And I think you're going to see appreciation because there's a limited supply of land. There are so many lots here that could either be renovated, rebuilt, or kept as is. Also in this neighborhood, you have 58 multifamily properties. And those properties are always intriguing because they already have the zoning needed to subdivide them into multiple properties. Currently, there are 2 garden units, 1 quadruplex, 4 triplexes, and 52 duplexes located in Brentwood. So Brentwood has, and I think should continue to be, a good place for rentals as well as owner-occupied properties that should continue to increase in value. The median sized property in the neighborhood is 1,536 square feet, and the prices in the last 12 months have ranged from $188,000 to $305,000 with a median price of $234,000. All the properties were built between 1953 and 2008, with 1966 being the typical year built. There is city water and sewer, and there are no HOA fees. Your schools for the neighborhood are currently Brentwood Elementary, Centennial Campus Middle School, and Southeast Raleigh High School. If the schools are an important factor in your decision to purchase, you really need to go to the Wake County School Lookup Address page, where you can enter the property address to identify the assigned schools for the current school year as well as the following year. So I think this particular neighborhood would appeal to a wide variety of buyers as well as investors looking for rental property. I also think there is a degree of speculation in the neighborhood about what will ultimately happen, but I think the odds are in your favor since this is such a central location that it won't be too long before you'll start to see builders and speculators buy property and redevelop them with new construction homes. Okay, moving on to Oak Forest. This is a really neat neighborhood because the lots here are huge at 0.99 of an acre on average. But there weren't any sales in the last 24 months. There is currently one home under contract that just went under contract a few days ago. The property was priced at $650,000 and was built in 2006. The properties in Oak Forest were built primarily between 1958 and 2006 and have a median or typical size of 2,037 square feet. The schools in the neighborhood are currently Abbott's Creek Elementary, East Millbrook Middle, and Millbrook High School. There are 48 homes in the neighborhood, and they're all detached homes with no townhomes. The neighborhood is super convenient to access Capitol Boulevard as well as 540 and North Raleigh. So the one property I mentioned that just recently went under contract was 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and 4,700 square feet with a 4-car garage. And as I said, it was priced at $650,000 and was on the market 85 days. But that house is not typical of what you'll currently find in this neighborhood. The typical home you will find is a ranch with just over 2,000 square feet that was built in 1958. Since the homes are not that big and they're older, you could likely pick them up at a very reasonable price to renovate, rent, or move in. The lots are huge and they're for the most part flat, so they should be pretty much 100% buildable. Additionally, the zoning is currently R6, and with the lots being this large, I would be surprised if builders weren't already trying to buy the properties with small homes on them right now. Currently, about half the homes have city water and septic systems for sewer, but city sewer is available if you want to pay to have it connected. So I find this area pretty attractive for redevelopment, and with a median home size just over 2,000 square feet and ranch in style, I think they'd be perfect for rentals or to live on and fix up at a location that's basically between Northridge and Capitol Boulevard. Our next stop on the tour is 5401 North. This location is located just off Perry Creek Road, and it's not too far from 540. So this location is convenient to North Raleigh, the RDU Airport, as well as the RTP in Durham via 540. This is a new community with a variety of townhomes and detached single-family homes. Construction began out here in 2015. But in the last 2 years, the bulk of the sales have occurred, with 192 homes sold in the last 12 months and 423 sold in the last 24 months. There are several builders in this neighborhood, including Chesapeake Homes, David Weekley Homes, and Lennar Homes, as well as some others. But these are the 3 primary builders. So as you can see, a lot of properties have been built and there's a lot more development to come. But to kind of sum this all up, your prices here have ranged from $231,000 to $575,000 in the last 24 months. And the sizes have ranged from 1,700 square feet to 4,100 square feet, with almost an equal mix of single-family detached homes and townhomes available in this neighborhood, with a median price of $319,000. The detached homes range in price from $299,000 to $575,000, with a median price of $369,000 over the last 12 months, which is up 2.5% from the prior year average of $360,000. There is an HOA fee for the detached home that's around $100 per year, and the typical lot size is 0.14 of an acre. As you can see, there's a lot more construction left to come. The townhomes have ranged in size from 1,700 square feet to 2,400 square feet, with a median size of 1,795 square feet. And prices have ranged from $240,000 to $335,000 in the last 12 months, with a median price for the townhomes of $263,000, with on average a $150 per month HOA fee for the townhomes. As I mentioned earlier, the sales mix of townhomes to detached homes is almost equal. So if you're looking for a townhome or a detached home, the likelihood that you could find it here is really good. And the schools that are currently assigned for this neighborhood are Riverbend Elementary, Riverbend Middle, and Roseville High School. I always recommend that you check the Wake County Public Schools site using the lookup function if you are really considering property in this neighborhood and if the schools are an important part of your purchasing decision. All right, our last stop is Hedingham. And this is another interesting area because there are lots of homes here. 2,139 to be exact, and 66% are owner occupied. There have been 144 homes sold in the last 12 months, which represents a 6.7% turnover, as well as 282 homes sold in the last 24 months for a 6.6% turnover. So turnover is very consistent in this neighborhood, and it's a significant amount of turnover. So if you're looking for property in Hedingham, there's a very good chance you'll be able to find what you want. Hedingham was built around 1990, but the properties you'll find out here were built from 1990 to 2007, with a combination of townhomes and single-family detached homes with no condos. There were 76 townhome sales in the last 12 months and 145 in the last 24 months. The HOA fee for the townhome ranges from $65 to $175 per month. I will say there are only a few that have the low $65 monthly HOA fee. And by a few, I mean 3 or 4 out of the last 145 townhome sales. So less than 3% of the townhome sales have that low fee. The typical HOA fee ranges from $125 to $175 per month with no annual fee. Townhome sales comprise 36% of sales for Hedingham in the last 12 months and 51% of the sales in the last 24 months. So you will find a significant amount of townhomes here, and the sales mix fluctuates. Townhomes range in size from 700 to 1,582 square feet with a median size of 1,218 square feet. The townhome prices have ranged from $115,000 to $240,000 with a median price of $178,000 in the last 12 months, which is up 4% from the median sales price in the year prior of $165,000. The townhomes are spread out in various locations throughout the community. So while we're driving past one right now, there are actually many, many more locations. So I would say there's a wide selection of townhomes in this community. If you'd like to come out and explore Hedingham, the street we're on now, Eagle Trace, winds throughout the entire community. And every street is basically a sub-street off Eagle Trace. So Eagle Trace is your best starting point if you'd like to explore the neighborhood. Alright, for the detached properties, they have ranged in size over the last 12 months of sales from 1,200 to 4,100 square feet with a median size of 1,700 square feet. And the prices have ranged from $186,000 to $437,000. All of the properties, attached or detached, either have a one-car garage, a two-car garage, or they don't have a garage at all. What's nice about Hedingham is it was a carefully designed community and the architects did a really nice job laying out the property. And the 18-hole golf course really kind of cuts through everything. So it's a nice place to be outside to ride your bike, walk, or jog with lots of open areas. They're always maintained. The typical size lots for the detached homes is 0.15 of an acre, and the detached homes have an HOA fee that's typically around $55 per year. Here's a quick peek at the neighborhood pool. As I mentioned briefly a second ago, the golf course at Hedingham is 18 holes and it's run by Fred Smith Sports, which also has 3 other golf courses in the area. If you're a member at any of the 4 courses, you can play any of the courses at a reduced rate, and the other golf courses really aren't too far from here. Membership at Hedingham is available in 3 different tiers, which are all quite reasonable if you're a golfer, but really depends on just how much golf you want to play. I think the course is generally pretty nice, and there are golf carts available as well as a snack bar pub area that offers burgers and sandwiches as well as your typical snack items, drinks, and so on. So the median price for the detached homes, which I may have mentioned but will mention again, was $235,000 for the last 12 months. So I think the prices are reasonable in Hedingham. If you want a home in Raleigh and you want to be on a golf course, or you want to live in a community that's well maintained 365 days a year for a reasonable HOA fee, you're able to share in the ambience of the golf course. The current schools that are assigned to this neighborhood are Beaver Dam Elementary, Riverbend Middle School, and Roseville or Nightdale High School. Okay, the final area I'm going to show you as we head toward the clubhouse is Wild Dunes Drive and the streets right off of it. Wild Dunes is right off Eagle Trace, and this is a newer area where you will generally find the more expensive homes. These are the larger homes, and I can't tell you exactly how many of these homes there are, but there seems to be quite a few. And again, it's right off Wild Dunes near the clubhouse. The homes I'm referring to were built between 2006 and 2007, and they're all larger in size than the vast majority of homes in Hedingham, and of course are much newer. So if you're looking for a bigger home, remember they have those as well, and they're close to the clubhouse. Okay, we'll end our tour here at the golf clubhouse, and I believe Hedingham is another neighborhood where you can find a reasonably priced home in Raleigh, and may be especially appealing if you like to play golf or want something at this price point. Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway, York Simpson Underwood Realty again. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed my tour of Northeast Raleigh. If you have any questions about this area or any other areas in Raleigh, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, as I'd be glad to help you. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching.